What's up, good people? How we doing? Welcome to a special time edition of Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Montez. You can also follow us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, we have a page, Who's to Blame for My Podcast. Also, Instagram, Who's to Blame the Podcast. And Twitter at W2B Dre Montez. You can also visit us on the web at www.dremontez.com. We're being brought to you today by a title sponsor, the Weed Squad. Check them out as they have now adjusted their hours and has a few specials out there for you. So check them out. You can find a list of all the sponsors on dremontez.com. I hope everyone is doing well on this Fist Pump Friday, Fireball Friday edition of the show. So hope all is doing well. And you know what we got to do? We got to do our checks. Make sure we got mic 1 on and mic 2 and what. Make sure we got all that going and booming for the good people out there. All right. And it seems to be that we're up and running. So happy Friday. You know what we got to do. High fives all around. Chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. You know, with Sleep Awareness Month, we found out that we need these hugs a little bit more. So let's hug it on out right there. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Anniversary, happy anniversary. Any type of celebration you're doing. You're proud of yourself. You need more than an attaboy or attagirl. I tell you what, we knew you could do it. So thumbs up right there from your boy, Dre Montez. The reason we're coming to you early today is due to the fact of the madness of March starts today. This is that time. There's nobody at the office right now. Nobody's there. You can hear crickets in the office right now. Everybody got their bracket out. They got their jujus. They got their voodoo machines working. They got their favorite jersey on, favorite shirt, hat turned backwards. They're getting ready. Alumni, stand up. Support your teams and the field of the college basketball March Madness tournament, with the men starting today and the women kick things off on Sunday. So we have an action-packed weekend in sports. We're going to have all five. Wait a minute. The laptop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have all 5 devices going today, locked and loaded, as we get ready to be all in on the madness of March. But before we talk about NCAA basketball and the NFL TV deal, we got to address something right now. I had a hard time with coming up a way to even address this situation, but I think it needs to be addressed. I want to call this one the other side. There's always another side to everything. When you see a movie, when you hear a CD, a song, or see a video, or hear a story in sports and entertainment, we got to understand there's another side to this. And it brings to mind what's going on with Mr. Deshaun Watson. Just looking at it from a fan perspective and someone that watches television, that follows sports, that tries to keep up with pop culture, this is becoming a habit. This is really becoming a habit with athletes and entertainers of going too far when no one can tell them no. No one can negotiate with them. It's either their way or nobody else's way. And it seems to be something in the water in Houston, Texas. We've had some issues with some athletes down there, from the Astros to the basketball player, Mr. James Harden, putting on a fat suit to get out of his contract. So one part of me is seeing a little conspiracy theory here with Deshaun Watson. Follow along with me if you can. What is if this is a self-induced issue that Deshaun Watson did, just to ensure that he gets out of Houston? Because the team, the interest for him is still there. It is still there, very high. Nobody is batting an eye on the allegations that are toward him. But on the other hand, what if this is true? For one, I don't know too many people that make $40 million a year. I'm not going to lie at all. I read about it on the internet, see it on TV, and read the publications just like everyone else. When people make a lot of money, They appear to buy things or put themselves in situations that none of us can understand. Is the money really to the point of making you make bad decisions, putting yourself in bad situations that makes no sense to you 24 hours later? The fan base, average people, normal people can't understand when we hear the stories that come out of people that have a lot of fame and fortune. And a little bit of that comes with a little power as well. But if you're making $40 million a year, why in the hell are you on Instagram hiring a massage therapist, a masseuse? Come on now. Come on. That don't even make sense to me. Where's the... Again, you're making $40 million a year. You don't have any friends. You have what we like to call coattail riders. They're yes men. They're going to agree with everything you say. Everything you say, they're just going to nod. Okay, yeah, whatever you say, man, we're going to roll with you. It has to be someone in the group moving forward. Hey, no, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't understand why people that like to party consider to keep driving themselves. I don't understand why people that are high-profile personalities constantly put themselves in situations where judgment is compromised. Each and every time, from the men to the women. Not pointing blame at no one. No one at all. But I'm just looking at the situation and saying to myself, what the hell, Deshaun? $40 million and you're going on Instagram to hire somebody. Now, I've bought things online. But a professional service such as that, touching the body, come on now. There has to be a better way to do this. As the working girl movement has changed due to the rise and fall of social media, there's a professional way to go about that when you're going out of town to hire a professional person to be your weekend or week-long entertainment, taking a picture and a page out of the movie Pretty Woman. But it seems as though every 3 to 6 months, we're dealing with allegations. And then we look at the situation and we say to ourselves, how and why? I don't think no one can answer these questions. I think professional athletes, Hollywood, the entertainment world need some more training out there. We need some up-to-date sensitivity training on how to deal with situations. What they do at the rookie symposium at the NFL is not enough anymore. More work needs to be done. More work needs to be done. You're giving young men and women all this money who have never been in a situation to have responsibility to go along with it. And bad decisions are being made. They're not always the right decisions. I'm not just talking about the financial downfall of the athlete by bad investments, trusting the wrong person, not being financially knowledgeable. All of that goes a long way when you look at the background that these men and women are coming from that have been shoving millions of dollars in front of them, giving them a side of life they never thought they would have. It's fun dreaming of having a lot of money, having a big house, having a car you want, having the look at me moment. But when it comes to have that responsibility that goes along with it, we're missing the boat big time. I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. Without attacking this thing across the board. All the major sports have had an issue with it. The television people having issues with it. The movie making people. Don't get me started on the music industry. It's like no one is caring at all. At all. And it's coming at the demise in the hands of people in a particular age bracket. I get it. You're young. You're going to make mistakes. I don't know. We can't use that as an excuse anymore. Oh, he's 25. He's a young man. Get over that. The hell with that. At 25, it should be common sense time. Have a better group of people around you that really want the best out of you and the best for you than trying to just get everything out of you. And then when you're down and out and looking destitute, there's nobody there to catch you. You throw your hand up, there's no rope, there's no ladder, there's not even another arm to come pick you up. So I think the athletes that are going to be on television here in about an hour or so, the ones that are working their way to fulfill their sports dream, to fulfill a childhood dream, to fulfill a wish to their mom and dad and grandparents out there of making it to a level where they can have a financial freedom, so to speak. But along with that comes responsibility. And the examples that they're showing us are not good ones at all. We're going to take a short break, good people.
Mountain Man as smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Get your Mountain Man scrub on. In the promo, just type in DRE for instant savings right there. All right, next up on the docket we have the madness of March. It's here. It's what we've all been waiting for. It's what all the hype has been about. We didn't have it last year. We got returning champion Virginia that everybody's forgotten about out there. The field is not normally done this way. This is the new way they're doing it. Everybody's up in Naptown. These kids are going to be showing us something that we all been wanting to see. Great athleticism, some great basketball. Should be a lot of fun. We have 13 kids from the area that are playing in NCAA tournament. That's pretty damn cool. But the fun part is the bracket, though. The bracket is fun to do. Whether you're gambling for real, spending some real dinero, or you're just doing it amongst friends and coworkers and relatives, it's a lot of fun to keep looking at that bracket. Because the first day, everybody's feeling pretty damn good. You know, we got 16 games today, 16 games tomorrow. It's going to be phenomenal. This is what it's all about. I don't think we're going to leave the pad today. I think this is mission control today. The TVs and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, we're going to get it in today. We're going to do a lot of talking, a lot of yelling at the TV, a lot of clapping, a lot of that a boy, way to go. But I don't think we're going to need to worry about Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo crossed the line last night in Michigan State's loss. If you follow my show and my podcast, you know how I feel about the school, Michigan State. I don't care for them at all. And seeing them get exit stage left is very satisfactory to me. But the behavior of the coach and the player last night, to me, crossed the line. Crossed the line. The young man, no, he made a mistake. His teammates had it under control. When you chase down your player and grab him, to me, that is crossing the line. Now, if the player would have turned around and hit that old man, we'd have had issues across the board. Across the board, there have been debates all over the place. Young man would have lost his scholarship. Everything would have went bad for him, but I'm glad that it did not get to that way. For some reason, coaching has turned into a very bad thing of getting their point across and explaining a play, explaining your role, explaining where you should be at, your spots, your placing. It has turned into a bullying system for some reason. These coaches are acting like military drill sergeants today. It is 2021. There has to be a better way for you to communicate with these kids today. It has to be. The communication factor is way off right now in the world of sports. Across the board. All of it. If you can't communicate, if you can't understand each other, it's going to be a whole issue. Big problem here. But this is the best time of the year right now. This is what I love, March Madness. Some intriguing matchups that I'm afraid of, that 5 versus 12, that 8 versus 9. Sometimes that 2 and 14 matchup is just as bad. And where's the upset going to come from? Who are you pulling for out there? Who are you pulling for out there? I know Mizzou fans and Illinois fans on the edge of their seats. I get it. It's good to see Patino back in this thing. But Notre Dame and Duke and Kentucky, this is a different feeling. This is a totally different feeling for me as a Kentucky fan. Am I handling this the right way? I don't have a dog in this fight. And it's pretty cool to watch it without having a heart in it. So I filled out my bracket with no hate, at all. I turned in 2 brackets, and I'm going to turn in 2 brackets for the women as well. I think Gonzaga in Illinois could probably make a little noise in this tournament. But depending on how this COVID go, because you got 4 teams on standby on how this thing here goes. And shout out to the NCAA for putting safety number 1 with this thing. Because at first, I didn't think the tournament should be played. I didn't think so. But, it's about money. It's about these kids not stressing out too bad. Because we got to think about that as well when it comes to what's the best thing for these kids to be doing. I understand getting a college education there as well, but this tournament as well can be very fulfilling and satisfying. We all know what sports has done for us. Sports is the greatest therapy out there, whether you like it or not. It is a beautiful, relaxing, calming, exciting thing. But if you get too invested into it, it could hurt you. It could tear your heart apart. I mean, it can be conduct detrimental to the team. I was all prepared to put on my Kentucky blue, but I kind of knew the way we were playing this season, it was not looking good for us at all. But we will be back. I guarantee you that, kids. We will be back, and we will make some noise the next time we return to this great thing called the NCAA tournament. And the women kick it off Sunday. Yes. Speaking of the women, I'm quite sure you all have seen the pictures of the training facility that both of these basketball tournaments have, the women's and the men tournament. The men facility looks amazing. The women facility looks like a closet. I mean, they did the women so wrong. It is 2021. When are they going to learn that when you piss off the women movement, the power of she, the power of her, they're going to come strong and hard. I guarantee you by Sunday, they fix that issue. They're going to fix this issue. All the hard work these women have been doing in front of the camera, behind the camera, in the world of sports, you don't think that is going to cause a big stir? Come on now, NCAA. You need to be ashamed of yourself how you did them women, huh? Come on. Let's do them women right. Don't make a WNBA player stand up and an NBA player end up donating some equipment. I'm going to be really ticked off then, because that's not how it should be. By the way, wouldn't that be a violation, though, if they did that? Inquiring minds would like to know. But the women's tournament, you got Gino and UConn. But I still like my homegirl, Dawn Staley. Hey, come on now. Come on. Oh, man. Dawn Staley and South Cackalack. All day fan. All day fan. This is the action-packed basketball weekend, and it starts here in about an hour. And it's going to be fantastic. Again, we did the show a little early today because I did not want to go up against college basketball. Who does that? So we decided to come on an hour earlier for the show. But normally we're on 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And don't forget, you can follow us on YouTube as well. We have a channel, Dre Montez. And on Twitter, it's at W2B Dre Montez right there. And I think the weather's going to play some great times for us over the next few days. Get on out there with the people. Whether you're going to Six Flags, tell them happy 50th anniversary, by the way. Or if you're heading over to the AMC movie theaters, because they're going back in starting tomorrow, that's awesome. Speaking of movies, over in Belleville, Illinois, downtown Belle Vegas, check out the movie theater and sponsor of the show, the Lincoln Movie Theater. Again, just go to DreMontez.com. Hit the sponsor links. They take you right to the page. You can get a list and see what's playing at the Lincoln Movie Theater this weekend. Speaking of movies, I saw the new Justice League movie. I tell you what, that is one of the longest movies I've seen. It was like watching Malcolm X 4 times in a row. That movie was that long. It was that long. I'm not going to tell you nothing else about the movie. But check it out. If you're a big fan of that, you'll really get a kick out of it. It's really good. Job well done. And also, I just checked out this movie called Cherry, and it's dealing with depression, drug use, PTSD, and survival and love, all in one. It's like Requiem for a Dream, so to speak, but it's called Cherry. It's a great movie. Great movie. I don't know if it's in movie theaters or not, but I know it's on one of the live streaming apps that I have, but it's a great movie to check out. Not for the kids, though. If your kids are under 12, don't let them watch it. But if you got one of the fast-ass kids that you think could be on the drug path, watch this movie with them. Watch this movie with them. You'll really, really enjoy it. Congratulations to the NFL. The new TV deal. Wow. $100 billion deal. Where are they getting all this money from out there? I mean, that's an insane amount of money that's being changed right there. $100 billion television deal that the NFL has just agreed to. But it's bringing Amazon into the picture in 2023. It's going to be streaming games. I think the Thursday night game. And they may be flexing the Thursday night game as well with ESPN as part of that deal. And also ABC got into the mix. They'll be hosting the Super Bowl again. So I kind of like how they're spreading out the love here. They're spreading out the love. They're getting everybody's eating on this deal. They're not keeping it all to themselves. They're spreading it out across the board. And speaking of the NFL, we have the draft coming up very soon, people. And now it's time to dot our I's and cross our T's for our prospective teams that we root for. If they didn't do it through free agency, through trades, and now we got to worry about the draft on how this thing is going to go. When you're going after want versus needs, I mean, you got to really pull out the board, get your whole team up there, and let's go about this one by one, player by player, want versus need, and let's look at that draft and see what we can get, the best evaluated talent that we can get out there that fits our team needs. That's what it should be like. I don't care what your parents did. That should not be part of your questions. A few years ago, one of the owners really asked the kid, was it true your mama was a prostitute? What the hell, man? That is not part of the process in going to the NFL. So I hope they fix these crazy-ass questions that these owners and prospective interests of GMs in the front office out there presenting to these kids. That needs to cease and stop immediately. But the draft is a beautiful thing, and it's going to be in Cleveland, Ohio this year. If everything goes according to plan and scheduling, there's no other conflicts, I plan on attending the NFL draft this year. And also visiting the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Got to pay my respects out there. Huh? I got to pay my respects to the music world. So why not? I don't know anything else to do in Cleveland at all. You know, I've been to the Natty, but never to Cleveland. So this ought to be a fun, action-packed, fun-filled trip right there. If you're just tuning in, thank you. Again, this is Montez at Midday. We're on a little early today due to March Madness. We talked about the other side, you know, with these athletes. I mean, nobody is that way all the time. Nobody is. There has to be another side to the person. Did we find out something about Deshaun Watson that we should not be finding out? This a cry for help? Is this a little conspiracy theory? Did he do this himself to get up out of Houston? I mean, we had a guy wear a fat suit to get up out of Houston. We've had an actual baseball team cheat with devices taped to their body. So there's no telling what people are going to do to win and compete on and off the field to still be living what the kids like to call it. They're about that life. I just want some common sense out there to understand the position that you're in and the responsibility that goes along with it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I am saying right there. And what else we got to talk about? It's Friday. Got some great music out there that came out today. My man John Batiste, that's on the, what's my man name? The Late Show. He's the musician on there, the band guy on there. He has a new album out called We Are. And his newest single on there that he released is called I Need You. Really catchy beat. Really catchy beat. I think there's going to be one of those early morning songs everybody trying to do their yoga to and work out and get the pulse going right out of the house. It's going to be one of those right there. But yeah, check that out right there. My man John Batiste. He's awesome out there. He is awesome. And one more thing I want to... If this hits St. Louis or Belleville, it's going to be issues. But in South Carolina, these kids are having a hard time in school through this Zoom process, and they're failing at an alarming rate that is affecting the driver's license process. Bad grades, no driving. Should that be a thing? It's 2021. Let's think about it. It's very, what is it, less than 8% of people in the United States have a two-parent household? So that kid is needed to help out driving at some point. He's going, hey, we need you to get your license. But you're getting bad grades. Is it Zoom fault or is it just neglect by the kid? It has to be some responsibility somewhere. But is that a good idea? If you're getting bad grades, that means no driver's license. And then if you drop out, when I lived in North Carolina, I found this out. If you drop out of high school, you have to wait till you're 25 to get a driver's license. I don't know if that's still the law down there, but that is insane. Should that be the case everywhere? If you drop out of school, we're going to punish you. No license till you're 25. I think then they think you've probably learned your lesson and realized you should have kept your ass in school. But I thought that was interesting that they're not giving these kids their license with bad grades. Well, step it up. We got summer school registration about to start anyway. So again, March Madness. Get your bracket in. You got time. Take your time. Make sure you click the right button. If you need a background story on these teams, Google it from your phone and use your laptop or your desktop or your tablet to fill out your bracket. No excuses. No excuses for you not putting that bracket in. It's free, and it's fun conversations to be had, especially when there's an upset. Because we all know when a team gets upset, there's going to be somebody to say, I had them losing that game. I had them losing that game. Nobody had University of Baltimore, Maryland beating Virginia. Nobody picked that upset. That was insane. Everybody's bracket was ruined by that one game. And it could happen. I think they ought to have a channel for everyone to just log into, like a Zoom channel out there, and put us all in a box like on the Brady Bunch and get our reaction at watching these games. That would be fun. That would be something interesting to do and be a part of. I think that would be awesome. If they let us all watch TV together and we're all seeing the different reactions across each and every game. As there are 16 games today and 16 tomorrow, and the women going to get down and dirty with it Sunday. Let's go. I got 3 teams in women, though. Give me Kentucky women for show. South Cackalack, you know it. And I'm gonna go out here for just a little push with Jackson State. Come on now. Come on. Got to get a little push out there for Jackson State women as well. So this is going to be fun, getting ready to watch the game. You know, with football, we kind of know what we want to eat when it comes to the bowl games, playoff football, or the Super Bowl. With basketball, during the finals and the playoff, we know what to eat. You know, baseball, opening day, come on, we know what we're eating. With the NCAA tournament, I don't know what to eat. What is the food of choice today? Is it wings? Is it pizza? Is it chips all damn day and just beer? I mean, what is the food choice? I'm having a difficult time in figuring out what we're going to eat today while we're watching the tournament games. At a loss. I don't know if it's going to be pizza, though. I don't know if it's going to be burgers. But we're going to do something. But I'm just looking for ideas out there that we can put together and have a little fun with. Speaking of fun, this was fun talking to you guys at 10 o'clock instead of 11 o'clock because we got to get ready for the tournament. We got to get dressed up. We was going to paint our face, but no, that's okay now. I don't have a team. I don't have a team in the fight at all. Again, congratulations to the 13 area players that are playing in the NCAA tournament. Good luck to all you Mizzou fans, Illinois fans, Carolina fans. Who's another big one out there? Everybody's Gonzaga fans. Good luck to you all. May your brackets don't get busted today. And let the trash talking begin in 45 minutes. Again, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to Montez at midday, and we'll see you Monday, different time, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you can catch us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube as well. Again, thank you to our title sponsor, the Weed Squad. And don't forget to go to www.dremontez.com, hit that sponsor button, and get a list of all the sponsors. You can go out and support this weekend and possibly check out a movie at the Lincoln Movie Theater over in downtown Belleville. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your Friday. Appreciate the details of the day. And due to Sleep Awareness Month, get yourself a good night's sleep after today's basketball games. Thank you again, and we appreciate it. And we out of here.